Hi everybody, and welcome to this course, Ionic 4 Projects. My name is Jeline Kaur. Before we move forward, I'd like to say something about myself. I'm a full-stack developer here in Finland. Nowadays, I'm doing mostly JavaScript, so I'm very familiar with using Angular, Ionic, and Node.js in the backend. I'm also doing a lot of UI and UX consultations and design. And lately, I've been working with a lot of startups to create apps that is beautiful and it's going to make the world a better place. If you like to get connected with me, you can find me through jelinecall.io or in LinkedIn. Throughout the course, we'll be exploring how to build real-world applications with Ionic 4. We'll also make use of the phone functionalities by using different kinds of Cordova plugins available to us through Ionic Native. In the first section, we'll start off with building a food decision app called What to Eat Today. Here we'll be using the new Angular router as well as the HTTP module to connect to a third-party API. We'll also be using Ionic components such as Ion Grid and Ion Infinity Scroll to make your app look and feel great. In section 2, we'll be building a Pomodoro app. So it's a timer app that a lot of programmers are using. Here we'll be using Ionic plugins to have more direct control to the phone. In the third section, we'll be using Ionic Native again to build a camera app. And then we'll take advantage of the simple Google Vision API to make our app even more intelligent. In section 4, we'll build an inventory helper app. This will be a CRUD app that is a very commonplace in the industry, and we'll be exploring some Firebase functions for you to use as a backend. And in the fifth section, we will have a store locator app. This is like a social app that lets you find vegan restaurants around your area, as well as leave reviews and chat with the restaurant owners. Here we have some prerequisites that I'm hoping you already have under your belt before we start the course. You will require some basic understanding of Angular, Ionic, and JavaScript. Throughout the course, I will not be explaining really basic stuff, but rather the more advanced and tips and tricks regarding the language or framework. It would also be good that you already understand how HTML works and how SCSS work. You would also need to have an IDE of your choice. In the course, I'll be using Visual Studio Code, but any kind of modern day IDE works fine as well. You will need to have basic understanding of how web development works, things like MVC, NoSQL databases, REST API. In the course, we'll be also using some other tools to help us debug the issue. Things like Postman and the Android Studio emulator is important. We have a complete code base for each of the sections that we'll go through in the videos, and you can get all the code from the GitHub that comes with the course. All the code samples are standalone, and you should be able to start them once you have cloned them into your computer. The only thing that you might need to change is you have to replace the API keys with your own. In the course video, I'll be showing you how to get the various API keys that I'm using for the apps. By the end of this course, you will be very comfortable with using the new Ionic 4 components. You'll also be able to build Ionic apps from start to finish using the best practices in the industry today. We'll also see that Ionic can also make use of a lot of the phone's functionalities and can be equally as powerful as a native code. And you'll also find out there are so many third-party APIs out there for you to use.